You see, that rainy season has started, so now all the Floridians are like, okay, now we can call the lawn companies out to repair all the damage that's been done during the drought when we neglected our lawns. That's kind of how it works around here. Gotta keep an eye on this, you know what I mean? That's what the competition's bringing in for summer. You know, they think I'm weak in summer because I don't have nitrogen, but they learn real quick what I got.
Green than his? Yeah. You can't change that. You gotta. Absolutely. This is my domination. Gotcha. You're not gonna take that away from me, are you? No. No, not at all. So now you and I are in a competition. You understand? I see that. Okay. You got a lot to do. You're winning. Yeah, man. You're winning by a long shot. So we're in a battle. Don't forget. That's right.
Now, when we're talking about domination this time of year, we're not necessarily just talking about the color, even though that is there. But, you know, even the greenest parts of his lawn are pretty close to the same color as mine. That's because I haven't been able to put nitrogen down, so my lawn is starting to fade. Now, I got something that's going to bring it back green. But the real challenge, or the real thing that he's recognizing, is that when you look down on my lawn, it's still sufficiently thick because I kept it irrigated all the way through. Whereas the lawn he is working with looks like this in places. And even in the thicker spots, it looks like this. And so that's the battle that he's fighting. He's got to get that lawn thicker because otherwise weeds are going to come in. Whereas me, all I can do is just work on the color because I'm already thick. So I'm just going to work on color, and I'm going to defeat this guy over here. All in good fun, of course. Just had to come back out from the other angle when the sun is out. Look at that. So beautiful. And to say, how is he going to get that to thicken up fast without the tool of nitrogen? Well, just going to have to rely on the rain, free thunderstorms, and free nitrogen. I'm gonna go ahead and call it officially here. The rainy season has kicked in, the drought is over, and lawns are off to the races. I'm actually at the point where I could be mowing every 2 days and be just fine. I mean, look, I just mowed 2 days ago, and look at this. I mean, we're there. I could mow again. Now I'm gonna probably let it go for one good reason. I'm gonna spend my time going after the St. Augustine that's over here and invading my Zoysia. So this is Zoysia right here. Beautiful Empire Zoysia. And this is almost all St. Augustine grass that has come in from my neighbors. So it's my fault. I've been pushing his lawn, fertilizing mine. And this is just what happens when warm season grasses clash. One will fill into one area where it prefers here. One will fill into an area where it prefers to be, and then apparently the St. Augustine grass has just preferred to be right in here and it's done better. And then the Zoysias remain strong all in through here. Now there was also a lot of Bermuda grass in here, but I got rid of that. I sprayed that Fusilade and Recognition spray, and I can't hardly find Bermuda anywhere. It's just one of those things. It's just gone. So does that concoction work? Look, I'll give you links wherever to the Fusilade saga, the Fusilade 2 and the Recognition saga, but does it work on the Zoysia? Yeah, it gets rid of the Bermuda and the Zoysia too. So this is all thick, beautiful Zoysia all through here. Look, it's just doing well. Well, there's a couple weeds right there, but it's just gorgeous. Couple low spots right there that die out because they get too wet. But here, back to it, just all St. Augustine grass. So I'm going to spray that with some Quinclorac. I have got this. Looks like about 2 gallons of Celsius. This is 2 gallons of Celsius. Now I mixed this up back when I did the testing back about 3 weeks ago. It's been sitting in the back of my truck for 3 weeks when I was doing some testing. By the way, it did not burn any of the hybrids out at the Freedom Factory. Anyway, after I did my test spots, I had this couple gallons left over. It's just been sitting back here. Now, it's probably no good. People ask a lot about that. Like, how long is weed control good? Typically it's 24 hours, but some will last longer. I don't know how they determine that or if anybody even actually does tests on that, but sometimes on the label it will say to spray something out after 24 hours. But regardless, I have this 2 gallons here. What am I going to do with it, right? Dump it? No, I'm going to spray it out on the lawn. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least it's a safe and positive way to dispose of a herbicide that I didn't use. I think it would be better off to say it's a responsible way to dispose of it. But of course now, now the winds are coming up. But at least the rain is gone. That was the other thing I was going to talk about is I've been trying to time the rain because I want to spray this Quinclorac over here. So I think I'm going to have to wait on all of it just for a little bit longer and see what the weather does here. So if you guys follow along, you should follow along week to week to keep up with the story and how things go and see before and afters in real time, week to week to week. But I've kind of gotten into e-bikes now, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do a review of this one called Fuckery. I'm gonna do a review of this, but I'm gonna put it separate. So it's gonna be a separate video I'm gonna put out. I'll link it right up there. That's a whole series I started on. Let's see how the lawns in my neighborhood are faring after the drought or recovering after the drought, and we'll go on e-bike rides and check them out all along the year. So I'm gonna make those separate. So I'm gonna go do that now. You'll see that in another video, but then that'll give me time to wait out the weather and so I can spray hopefully.
Hours later.
All right, y'all, well, I've been waiting for a good portion of the day here and it's still just a little bit too windy. The rain forecast is fine. Again, it's always gonna have a threat, but the rain we're not gonna get rain this afternoon pretty much, but tomorrow looks about the same or better, but the wind is still a little bit too high right now. I don't know if you can see it, but it's gusting up to 15 sometimes. So with the droplet size that I'm using, I'm gonna go ahead and wait and maybe I'll try. All right, y'all, so it's the next day and the wind, there was no wind right now and no rain in the forecast at all today. So, well, very little chance. So that pretty much means nothing here. You know, it's funny when you become a lawn care enthusiast, you actually have to learn weather just as well as any sailor does. And you have to make educated guesses, especially in Florida where there's literally a chance of rain every day. I've talked about this. If you want to get my ebook below that I talk about with blackouts, I talk about the spotty rains we get and that kind of stuff. I think it'll give you a lot more insight as to the strategy and how I approach it with spraying pretty much everything. I'll give you a link in the description below to that. But for now, let's go ahead and check out what I've got in the sprayer right there. Okay, so this is Celsius. I'll put how many weeks old it is. And I already talked about this yesterday, so it's just a responsible way of getting rid of it, but it'll also let us know how long does it actually last in the tank, and we'll find out. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this now on some weeds in my neighbor's lawn, and then we'll get on to the next thing we're gonna do today. So one of the ways that you can get rid of St. Augustine, I've tried this before, but I didn't follow through on it. We're gonna do it this time, is with Quinclorac. Now you guys know this because we use this as a post-emergent crabgrass control. So too early for that now. If you're seeing crabgrass right now, it's probably not crabgrass. So, but that's something we would talk about with cool season lawns and transition zone lawns sometime in later August or September. For right now though, I'm gonna use it to get rid of that St. Augustine grass that's invading my Zoysia over there. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the mix rates and mix it all up, and then I'll put some more stuff on the screen, some more relevant information from the label. I'll put that on the screen as I do the spraying montage. Okay, now I'm gonna make up 4 gallons because I'm gonna need probably a gallon over here locally, and then I also have some testing we're gonna do at the Freedom Factory on some torpedo grass, because apparently Quinclorac can also kill torpedo grass. So in Zoysia, so we're going to give that a shot. So we're going to start by filling halfway with water first. The rate on the Quinclorac is 1.45 ounces per gallon. 1 gallon covers 1,000 square feet. So we're going to make our math easy and round that to 1.5. So 4 times 1.5 is 6. So I need 6 ounces. Now this is a tiny one. This is only what is this, 7 ounces or something? 7.5 ounces. So think about that when you buy. This is not going to take you very far because I need. So you can see that's all I got left is a little bit up there and a little there. So think about that when you buy these little tiny ones. You can only do Well, I'll put how much square footage you can do, but it's not a lot. 5,000 maybe? At the max rate of 1.5 ounces per gallon. Put that in there. Methylated seed oil. Now you could use surfactant if that's all you have, but they're saying they would prefer methylated seed oil. I guess it maybe it breaks the material down a little more, makes it a little bit more able to absorb. I'm not sure. If you guys know the difference, why methylated seed oil? Does it act as an adjuvant? I'm not sure. Y'all can let me know, but it's 0.55 ounces per gallon.
Well, let's get. Hours later.
All right, y'all, so just finished doing that little spray. So make sure you subscribe. That's why I've been doing these vlogs, because it's able to let me keep giving you updates week to week to week to week to kind of see how this stuff progresses. So speaking of that, you know, we also did spray some Celsius in this video. By the way, look at that Citra blue. I sprayed some Celsius in this video, which is not good for Bahia grass. And you remember I burned the project lawn several weeks ago. All right, I'm here back at the Bahia lawn project. Look at this. It looks like we got some damage from the herbicide. In fact, I'm sure that's what that is. Very interesting. Rainy season will fix this. Sorry for the wind. Rainy season will fix this, but now these are the areas where we ripped out the signal grass because I just got frustrated with it. Okay, guys, there you go. It seems to be like setback after setback here at the old Bahia lawn project. Now, well, I was actually out there just last week and got an update, so I'll show you how it's looking now. Yeah, I don't even know where they were.
There's a little bit here, but that's not necessarily your Celsius burn. It's always had trouble over here. I've got to get that stuff out. It just doesn't have this way to really grow here. So that really wasn't a big deal.
Where else was it burned? It was burned in the middle, right?
No, that was where we pulled.
No, that's where we pulled stuff out of.
Yeah, that's where the signal grass was. We had one burn like here.
Yeah, so that's kind of come back.
Here. That's come
I mean, this is so thick. Look at this. I don't think people realize how thick Bahia grass really can be. All right, so we're gonna go take a look at a spot in the backyard.
You can kind of tell because the grass blades are a little bit thinner.
Right.
This would have been here.
Yep.